What's up, everybody? Your boy Pat back again with another edition of Second Take, where I talk tech and I speak sports. Today's topic of the day is the Xbox Series. Now, if you don't know and you've been living under a rock, next-gen gaming is on the way. You got the Xbox, who announced their new platform pricing last week, and this week on Wednesday in a couple days. Today's Monday, I'm recording this. PlayStation is going to give you their pricing information on the PlayStation 5. Now, these companies have both decided to give you two different systems. PlayStation has the PlayStation 5, and then they have the PlayStation All Digital. From my understanding, the systems are identical with the exception of the hard drive. The Xbox, on the other hand, has two different systems. They got the X, which is their everything. Does everything, the best system, most power, has more power than the PlayStation 5. The only advantage the PlayStation 5 has over the Xbox X, in my opinion, when I look at it from just a spec situation, is their SSD drive runs a little bit faster than the Xbox SSD drive. But both of them are blazing fast already, so I think in the initial run, you probably won't notice the difference. Maybe in 3 or 4 or 5 years, you'll notice the difference as faster drives come out. I know Samsung has already matched and toppled PlayStation's SS drive, but obviously Samsung doesn't have a console. So, with that said, the Xbox X versus the Xbox S, the series, very different. X, everything. S only gets to 1440p resolution, doesn't support HDR, does not have a hard drive. So a lot more differences between the two Xboxes and a lot less differences with the two PlayStation 5 consoles. So with that being said, pricing for the Xbox X is coming at $499, and for the S is $299. $299, extremely cheap. Now, the point of this video is not to compare PlayStation versus Xbox. So I might get into a little bit of points here and there, but the goal for the video is just to show you Xbox is such a value. Such a value. Mom, dad, you're going to buy your son, your daughter, yourself, whoever. You're going to buy the new console this year. You get to the store and you see Xbox at $499 and $299. And what I believe PlayStation is going to have is $499 and the $399. So which one do you get? Do you get the $499, the $399, the $299? Which one do you get? In my opinion, you get the Xbox Series X for $499. Do you want to pay it out of pocket? Great. Go ahead. Do it. You're rich. You got money. Do it. If you don't have money, the Xbox Microsoft already said, hey, we got payment plans for you. You could literally get an Xbox Series X for $35 a month for 24 months. Now, I know what you're going to say. I got to pay a payment plan for a console. Why? Because you already do it for your phone, stupid. You already do it for your phone. It's probably more than $35. And for the Xbox Series S, it's only $25 a month. You damn sure ain't paying no $25 a month for a phone. Not for no flagship, not for no mid-range. They're normally starting at $31 a month. Sometimes they go for 24 months, sometimes they go for 30 months. Now, you know I talk about phones on this channel a lot, so I know what I'm talking about. It's just your perception of consoles versus phones has been skewed. You think a phone is worth $1,000. You don't think a console is worth $1,000. You keep the phone for 2 years, you keep the console for about 7 years. Think about that. So let's get back into it. For $25 a month for 24 months, you get the Xbox Series S. For $35 a month for 24 months, you get the Xbox Series X. I believe you want to go get the Xbox Series X because you're going to keep the system for 2 years. Now, you don't just get the system for that. You get Game Pass, which is huge. And Game Pass, I've been on Game Pass for like the last 2 or 3 years. It's great. Right now you pay $15 a month for Game Pass. You get to get on Xbox Live and you get to get hundreds of games. Now, these games swap in and out all the time, so you're not guaranteed to have a game on Game Pass forever. But they stay on for months. 2 months, a month, 3 months. I mean, some of them have never gotten off of Game Pass. But you're getting Microsoft the ones that are made by Microsoft first party, you're getting third party, you're getting a lot of arcade, a lot of independent things, but it's a lot of games, man. You literally don't have to go buy a game, to be honest with you. You can literally get Game Pass and be good. Now, For $35 a month, you get the Xbox, you get Game Pass, and you also get xCloud, which is launching tomorrow. Now, I've had xCloud on my phone in the beta program for about a month, maybe a few weeks to a month. And let me tell you, you get to play Xbox games on your freaking phone. Now, the only caveat is with this is it only plays on Android right now, because Apple is really, you know how I feel about Apple on this channel if you've been watching. They just don't care about the consumer. They just care about lining their pockets. And essentially they're saying, Xbox, you're not making the value big enough for us to support it, so we're not going to support it. Essentially saying half of America doesn't get access to that. But, so if you're on Android, home run, not even home run, grand slam if you're on an Android device. And especially if you're on a newer Android device and a flagship Android device, you're definitely going to be able to play xCloud games, basically Xbox games on your freaking phone, on the go. So think about it like Xbox version of Switch, but you don't have to buy a console dedicated for it. You just get to use your phone. $35 a month, man. You can't even buy a video game for $35 a month nowadays. They're $60. And guess what? New gen, they're going to be $70. So now it even makes it more enticing. Now, I'll give you a little bonus at the end of this video. If I'm thinking about getting a new console and I like both of them and I have enough money to afford both of them, which ones do I get? Which one does HeatRocks get? HeatRocks gets the $499 version, the Series X of the Xbox, because it is the most powerful console in America in 2 months, basically. It's going to come out, I think, November 10th, and I think you get to pre-order the Xbox on September 22nd. It's the most powerful console. Get it. That's the one you want. They're both PlayStation and Xbox are $499. Xbox has better specs. Go get it. That's why I kind of like Samsung better than the iPhone, because of that. Better specs, better phone, blah, blah, blah. You get it. You watch my channel, you know. And I get the $399 version of the PlayStation 5. Why? Because it is essentially it's the same console that the $499 is, except it's all digital. So I don't get the $299 Xbox because they've downgraded it to 1440p. It's not even worth it. I have an Xbox One X, which I know gets very confusing. If you're a gamer, it makes a lot of sense. But if you're not, you're probably confused at this point. But the Xbox One X is this current generation. I feel like it's doing 4K, it's doing HDR. So why would I get a next generation console that only supports 1440p and HD and doesn't support HDR? Makes no sense to me. So that I scratch it. So I get the $499 Xbox Series X and I get the PlayStation 5 all digital. I can make Xbox my main console. I can have hundreds and thousands of games every month to play on for only $35 a month. And I get to play the exclusive PlayStation titles with the $399 all digital. I don't need a lot of hard drive space because it's only going to be exclusives. And I get to have the PlayStation experience for things like MLB Baseball, God of War, etc., etc., etc. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. It's your boy Pat. Peace. Catch you in the next one.